Okay, today we are starting our unit review for solving equations. So we are going to start out super slow, and then as the next couple of videos go, we're going to get a little bit harder and harder in each one. Okay, so we are going to be solving equations. Well, an equation is something that is a math problem where I have a variable or something I don't know. So super easy. We're going to do 3x equals 15. Well, my variable here is the x. The x is my unknown, okay? And my goal is to isolate or get all by itself that x, okay? So I know if I have a number and a letter or a variable sitting right next to each other, this is the same thing as saying 3 times x. Well, I'm going to ultimate goal, again, is to get this x all by itself, okay? Well, to get it by itself, I have to do the inverse or opposite, okay? Well, I know multiplying the opposite or the inverse is our math term of multiplication is division, okay? So to get rid of this 3, I have to divide, okay? So I'm going to come over here back to my problem, and I'm going to say, okay, 3x divided by 3. Okay, the 3 and the 3 cancel out because 3 divided by 3 is just 1, and I know anything multiplied by 1 is just itself. Okay, I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw my line to isolate the different sides of the equation. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I've got x equals something. Well, some of us could do this in our head, and I can say, oh, well, I know 3 times 5 is 15. But let's show our work because, you know, your teachers really mean like that. Okay, so I've got 15 divided by 3. Again, we said this was 5. Okay, so I know 5 times 3 is 15. Does that work out? It sure does. Okay, so my x is 5. All right, and remember, when you're showing this, you've got to make sure that you box all your answers. Okay, so what happens if my equation has the x on the other side? Does that matter? Not really. So let's try this one. We've got 21 equals 7x. Well, again, some of us can do this in our head, but let's show our work. Okay, first thing to do, draw your line from the equal side down to separate the two different sides, or isolate. Remember, isolate means to separate. Our goal is to solve for the x right here, so we have to isolate or separate it. Okay, the inverse or opposite of 7 times x, oops, that's supposed to be an x, there we go, is 7 and x divided, right? All right, that does not look right. That's okay. We're just going to go with it. All right, so the opposite of 7 times x is 7x divided by 7, because that is the inverse. Remember, those two cancel out because it becomes a 1. What I do to one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other, and I get 3. Okay, because I know 21 divided by 7 is 3, because 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, so remember though, yes, this is my answer, but this is not how your teacher likes to see it. Us mathematicians are crazy. We like to see the x's come first. We want our variable at the beginning, so it would be x equals 3. Okay, if I wanted to go back and check my work, I can say 21. Well, let's change colors. If I wanted to check my work again, it would be 21 equals 7 times 3. Okay, so 21, does 21 equal 21? Sure does, so I am good to go. All right, guys, yell if you have any questions.